Today we're going to be talking about nostalgia. And what is nostalgia? Well, the word nostalgia traces back to 1688. It described a severe, sometimes fatal homesickness in Swiss soldiers, viewing it as a medical illness. And today, it's a sentimental longing for the past, often idealized, through music, smell, anything like that. Like you talked about crayons and the sense of going back to grade school or something when you smell crayons, or you hear a song or something like that. You get excited about that song and you remember something. I wore my Anthrax shirt and I thought about my first concert I went to. So yeah,
Nostalgia.
nostalgia.
My first concert. My first concert was Phil Collins.
Nice.
So whenever I hear one of the songs from the album, the But Seriously tour, is like, oh, I remember going to that show.
Yeah,
So it's just certain things just spark off certain memories and situations, and hopefully they're happy ones. I mean, it's not that great when it's not so good ones.
well, yeah, I mean, it's always bittersweet, right? Sometimes with nostalgia, it's like you have this longing for kind of like an ideal past, but at the same time, it was a long time ago, and you can't reach that again. So it's just gone. So, and it's a shame that we have to remember the bad stuff too. That really sucks, especially especially for somebody who could visually see it and feel like you're right there in the moment. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it's pretty terrible sometimes. And I think nostalgia could be really bad for our psyche at times, but I also think nostalgia could be good because it kind of is a touchstone to who you were, that sort of thing.
Well, I think at a certain level it grounds you, right?
Hmm.
Like you're not just some void. You're made from your experiences. So thinking nostalgically is like you get to re-experience things that actually made you who you are.
Exactly. And we were talking about this before. I read a Shel Silverstein book on one of our lives, and it was way worse than we remembered. It was, and as adults hearing it, it really changed that feel, the whole feel of what you were reading, and it didn't really resonate for us as adults. Outside of we were cracking wise about it the whole time.
And that's a pitfall too, right? If you go and revisit nostalgia like an old book or an old movie, and it's something you have, like you said, we kind of make some of our past more grandiose or more feeling a certain way, and then we actually watch the reality of what we're thinking about, and you're
Oh
like,
man.
oh,
Well, speaking of records,
oh,
and
oh.
albums and stuff, have you ever went back and listened to an album that you thought was amazing when you were young, and then you try and re-listen to it and it's terrible? Because I know I have, and I'll name it: Cult, the Cult, Electric. It was so bad
Oh
when I
yeah.
went back for it. I was like, wow, this is pretty disappointing.
Luckily, I have not done that.
Really?
No. I mean, like, I don't know. But I have such a my music tastes are all over the map. So, I mean, and a lot of it's 90s grunge, and and then there's some 80s in there, but not much, and nothing against the 80s music or anything. There's some good stuff in there. But, like, I don't know, the whole the whole 80s, you listen to Madonna and all you could picture is like the lace gloves and the ribbon and
Oh yeah.
the stockings with the socks and the big belts, like the whole
Oh yeah.
fashion era of the 80s.
There's so many designer things from back then that I remember that wouldn't fly now, or they had their time, and like if I smell polo green, I remember like the 90s, something like that. Or if I smell Dracar Noir, it's high school. So it's like these scent memories take you right
Right.
back. Hearing a song will take you right back. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
weird thing to time travel in your head.
Yeah, my sister was just frying onions
That's a big one, right?
and I'm like, steak. Frying onions is a big one.
Well, frying onions and
Just
garlic,
like makes
it
you
takes
think
me
about,
back to it takes me back to being a kid, because that's every meal was fried, and every meal had onions and garlic in it. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But that's just makes you hungry.
it does. It does. It makes me
I'm like,
hungry too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about all the food I had as a kid.
Oh, hmm well, some of those foods you don't ever want again,
Oh
like,
yeah.
because, based on your situation is like my mom used to make a big meal on Sundays, right?
Hmm.
But then Friday we were eating remnants of that same meal rehashed into some other way of a leftover.
Oh yeah.
And I don't eat leftovers anymore. Like if it hits day 3, I'm not touching it.
Well, day three is
Unless
when
it's
you're
pasta.
supposed to throw
Pasta.
out food anyway. So that's food safety 101. Throw it
Oh
out.
yeah.
But man, you're right though, because spaghetti was one of those things that I had weekly, like growing up, and now I hear spaghetti and I go, I don't know about that. It just reminds me of of having it so
But,
much as a kid.
um how many people collect items based on nostalgia?
That's true.
You know what I mean? People's collection. You have your Star Wars items, and I have a whole collection of Rolling Stones, and like it's just stuff that brings you back, right? Stuff that makes you feel like a kid again. I think that's the draw, to feel
Uh,
like a kid again.
Absolutely, I think so. And you only have a couple of Rolling Stones, right?
Just a
It's
smidge.
just a couple, just a smidge.
Just a couple. Just a smidge.
She has a massive collection of Rolling Stones. But yeah, no, you're right. The things I collect are totally nostalgic. I mean, I have signed photos of like people from Star Trek, people from Star Wars, and it's a touchstone to my previous self who is disappearing. I don't know about you, but sometimes it feels like, who the hell was that? And I think that changes almost every decade. Like we maybe we're doing it so we don't lose that part that we're forgetting.
Well, that and like, I don't know. Sometimes you just get tired of having the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like you seem to accumulate a lot of things as you get older, and it just is like a lot of stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's like, is it really necessary? Like,
It isn't,
because
but
I could,
but it is.
like, but it kind of is some of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And plus, growing up, like, we didn't throw anything out.
No.
Like, it had to be completely all used up before you
Yes.
threw it out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it had to be on its last leg. So I look at something now and I'm like, I could still get a use out of that with some for
Exactly.
something, you know. You know,
I have a whole
it'll
box
be
of
like
broken GI
now
Joes. Whole box of broken GI Joes. I can't get rid of them. I don't know why.
no more kung fu action, huh?
Oh,
No more kung
no,
fu action, huh?
no. There's no kung fu fighting in that box. That's for sure. They're all busted.
No, they're all busted. You kung fu'd one too many times.
Exactly. Oh, the
Remember
robots.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Oh
That
yeah,
toy? Yeah.
we
And you
broke
hit the
ours
lever
within
and then it
three
would zip
days.
the head up into the air. Yeah.
Those things were meant to break,
You're not
though. I swear.
you're, you're just a boy.
My brother and I would just be slamming on the damn thing.
Like Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Oh, that was an aggressive
Remember that
game.
game with
Oh
the
yeah.
hippos and the marbles?
Yep.
It was. There was a lot of aggression in that game.
Exactly. Not as much as
So,
Monopoly,
but they
but
still, yes. Well, Monopoly can get pretty aggressive because you got to win.
that's a good way to put it. Because I
And
must win.
yes, yes, I must win. I must have you have everything mortgaged to the hilt
Driven into the ground.
to where you're counting out the dollars. And I'm
Exactly.
like, nope, you still owe me.
Oh my god.
But how old's Monopoly, right? Like, does anybody even play Monopoly anymore? Like, how old is Monopoly?
I'm not allowed to play
Monopoly's an
Monopoly
old
anymore.
game.
I get angry.
Oh, you flip the board, huh?
No, I
You're a
don't
board
flip the
flipper, aren't
board,
you?
but I get like fire and flames. Get so angry when I lose that game. Any other game, I don't care. I don't care. It's just Monopoly. I don't know what it is about that game. It's just terrible. Any other game, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
You said it like, no, 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 I'm not that competitive.
No, not in the least. Yeah. But do you remember Shoots and Ladders?
I never played it.
The game Shoots and Ladders?
Yeah,
You
I
never
never
played
played
Shoots
it.
and Ladders?
No.
Oh yeah. Severed in the comments said Operation is great for anxiety. Yep, like if you have shaky hands, don't play Operation.
Operation, and do you remember Perfection? It's where you put all the
Perfection was a panic attack in a box.
exactly. And I had anxiety and I was a nervous kid and I was scared of everything. And here's this that just explodes if you don't get it done in time.
Boom.
It's like, all right.
I'm so bad of wanting to win. I used to line the pieces up in order next to the game
I never did that.
so I could just
I totally did that. Because it's like, you have so little time. Why not? Why
yeah,
not?
yeah. And then you have right delirium perfection was intense. And then like they had one piece that it was like similar to another piece and it was like a cross or something and one was thinner than the other one and you oh man that game.
I don't remember that one.
My palms were sweating already.
Oh, what
It's
about Simon
perfection.
Says?
They would have F Simon. I have a whole bag of old concert t-shirts. Right. Like and when things got a little difficult for me, I sold some of them. And I had such seller's remorse after I sold
Oh, I
some of
bet.
them.
Bet.
Never wore them. Can't wear them. A lot of them don't even fit. But it was like, oh man, I wish I had that shirt back.
I think
Why?
I think I
Why?
wore
I have
mine
memories
out.
still.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. You still have the memories, but there's something about having something that's tactile, where you can go back and almost relive it
Mm-hmm.
again without wearing it, because I have what you would call a battle jacket from the 80s, which is like a medium Levi jacket with patches all over it from concerts I went to and everything. I'm never going to fit in
Yeah.
that thing again. It's like, who was that skinny little kid? I'm not going to fit in that. Why do I still have it? It's still hanging in the closet, but you know, I can't even put an arm through one of the arms. It's just like, no freaking way.
No, but you still have it.
Yes, of course.
That's the thing. How many of us are holding on to stuff because it reminds us of a certain time in our lives? So many things.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then if you put the memory of a person on it, like if you put a
Oh
memory of
boy.
a person on it that's, passed on,
Hmm.
there's no chance that's going to go anywhere.
That is so hard to do.
Like,
Yeah, because my father passed away, and it was hard to throw anything of his away. And I still have a lot
mm,
of stuff that I'll never use. I'll never even look at. It's in a box somewhere, but I know it's there. It's like keeping a part of him here, you know? So
mm,
even though I have the memories
yeah,
and all that stuff,
hmm
it's just different, you know?
well, see all these?
Mm-hmm.
They were my father's. My sister collected them when
All
my
those
father
hats on the
passed,
wall.
and she
Yeah.
hung them up. All the hats on the wall. And they're like Mason hats. They're hats from trips. There's hats, all different kinds of hats, from where he worked, from who he worked with. Like that's not going anywhere.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And then you wonder why you acquire all these things. It's that nostalgia. It's that holding on to those memories. It's like if I get rid of this, I'm going to lose the memory kind of thinking, which isn't necessarily true. But
Yeah.
like you said, to have it tangible, to have the smell or the touch or the feel or all of those things is just I don't know. It's just something that you I can't explain it. I
Yeah.
can't explain
No.
it.
That's the
And that's why
thing.
we wind up.
That's the thing. It's hard to explain something like that because there's so many emotions tied to certain things. And somebody brought up a very valid point in the chat, delirium. 10-year anniversary of losing her dad in 4 days. It's been rough. Every February, I have the same thing. And there's nostalgia about that as well. Um, and so it's bad things as well, which is terrible. I wish we could just, not have to do that, because sometimes it just pops into your head and you're like, damn it,
Right.
But I think that's why the other nostalgia exists,
Yeah.
so that we can remember the good things and feel better about it, you
With
know?
the passing of people, it's bittersweet, right? You miss them,
Hmm.
but I'm very grateful that I was able to have them in my life,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like catch 22. It's like having the nostalgia memories. It's like, oh, that was really, really nice. And then you kind of look around, you're like, oh, well, I guess this is nice too.
That's true. That's true. And sometimes we don't appreciate the
What I
present
mean?
that we're in. Like you were saying, sometimes we look around and it's like, it was easier when I was a kid. And in some ways it is easier as you were a kid, because you didn't have the responsibility you have now. You weren't watching the news. You weren't having to deal with bills and deal with other individuals at your workplace, because you were a child and you didn't have as much to do. You could have fun and play. School was like the most suffering you did.
Yeah, but you had Tommy that kept stealing the ball, man. Give me the ball
Fuck
back.
Tommy. Fuck Tommy.
Little ball stealer.
Bastard.
Little ball stealer, ball hog.
Like you were talking about stuff. I have a storage area full of stuff that I haven't seen in like 15 years. and I'm living my life perfectly well without it. So why the hell do I
Mm,
still pay for it and have it in storage? It's ridiculous.
yeah. Well, as a person who just moved, you don't realize how much you have until you try to relocate it.
Oh yeah. I used to move every year, like almost every year. And it sucked. And you would always accumulate stuff. And then when you're moving, you're like, it's like a ship trying to bail out water. You're like, I got to get this stuff out or I'm going to sink. And it's like so much stuff goes to like all these, like Goodwills or Habitat for Humanity or whatever it is, just so you don't have it anymore. And then people come in and look at it and go, I remember this when I was a kid, and they pick it up because of nostalgia. So it's really weird.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people. I like to go to the thrift stores, and I like to go to the antique shops, and like I enjoy all of that. And again, a connection to the past, right? Like it might not be something from what I experienced in my childhood, but it could be a piece of furniture from I don't know what decade, and I'm just in awe of it because of
Oh yeah.
like the craftsmanship or like just stuff like that is like, oh man, that's really cool.
I mean, I
So it's
mean,
not even like it's nostalgia, but it's not.
I get that because I collect antiques too, and it's kind of interesting to think about how many people have had this item and how many people have owned it and were caretakers for it, or how many people have used it. Like I have this Victorian doorbell. Why the hell do I have it? It sits on my desk. I like looking at it, the aesthetics of it, and once in a while I ding it for that, just
But
to
look
hear
at the
it.
craftsmanship. That's a
I know,
doorbell.
I know. Everything was scrolled and detailed in the Victorian age, and it was beautiful stuff. Even the most minor things in the house had designs all over them.
Now, is that still nostalgia? Because it's not from your past, it's just from the past.
It is kind of tied to it because my mom used to take me around to antique stores.
Yeah.
So, when I grew up going to antique
Oh.
stores and that sort of thing, so it was passed along to me to go to antique stores and look for interesting stuff. So, and of course, my are different than my parents' aesthetics, and I'm looking for different stuff, but I'm still thinking about all the times I went to the antique stores, just like collecting comic books. My mom actually got me into comic books. So I have a collection of comic books because of that, because of nostalgia. And I still look back at them.
We're nostalgia nerds. That's all there is to
It's
it. We like
dopamine
our
in a way.
nostalgia, and I'm going to keep it.
It's dopamine in a
Is
way.
it?
I think so. I think it's like, ooh,
It's got
look
to
what I
be.
got. And that's the other thing when you're collecting, it's a dopamine
Mm,
rush, right? You go, ooh, I don't have that, or oh, that's really cool. I mean, I have a Victorian
yes.
water pitcher that's beautiful. It's hammered. It's gorgeous. I know a lot of people who used it. It's like a pitcher with one cup because basically everybody in the household would be drinking out of that cup. It would be communal. So you wonder how many people have used it throughout the ages, and it's really cool. I just like looking at it. I'm not going to use it.
I understand, though. It makes perfect sense to me. You just like looking at it. That's all there
Yeah,
is to it. It's
that's all
just
there is
it's
to it.
there, and we have
Oh
hutches
man,
filled with things because we like to look at them.
I have two hutches filled with things.
I know. I
One's
have one, but
packed.
I'm a very good organizer.
Oh, I know. You
Hmm.
you you're so much better organized than I am. It's like you think something's messy, and I look at it and I go, that is not messy. And I look around my area and I'm like, oh no. My mess is my nostalgia.
Just a
I've
smidge.
I've always been a messy
Is
kid,
it?
so yeah, everything's I keep it
Are
this way on
you're
purpose.
yeah, you're co-signing that. Yes,
Yes,
you're
yes, the adult
co-signing
me
that.
is
Is that what you're doing?
co-signing.
You're did you
Exactly.
just rationalize your ADD with nostalgia?
I did. I did. Oh man. Way
It
to
brings
call
me
me out.
back, man. It brings
It
me
brings
back.
me
Leave me
back.
alone.
Well, you remember when,
Calgon, take me away.
well, today we were talking about unpacking nostalgia. And I'd like to thank Eve's Artistry for hanging out with me and talking about things we remember because, you know, we were mining our mental history of the past. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you could, go to evesartistry.com for all your oil painting and acrylic painting needs. Go to Ashman's Basic Art Store for stickers and original artwork. And thank you for hanging out with us. And I always close out with this. Here we are, stuck in the amber of the moment. There is no why. Thanks, everybody.